where great food, conversation, and the magic of Bollywood all comes together. The second brand that we will talk about is the Chaska Canadian. It's a Canadian brand. It's a Canada's premium Indian street food brand, bringing authentic India flavors with a modern quick service format and a proven international business model. So we will discuss each brand business concept, market opportunity, investment requirement, franchise support, financial potential, and why this is the right time to be a franchise of these brands. Meanwhile, you will also have opportunity to ask questions. In case if you would like to ask any question, my suggestion is to please keep on posting it into the Q&A box, and we will take them up during the presentation. So to set the context, may I request Sonia ma'am to set the context first, and then we will move on to the presentation part.
Thank you so much, Bharat. And friends, a very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you all for joining in on today's webinar. So it's an initiative of Franchise India where we bring to you every day a new opportunity. And especially for this week, we have created 1 hour where we bring to you master franchise opportunities from across the world. So, and before we get into the two brands which Bharat just talked about, I will also like to set a little background about Franchise India's association with these two opportunities that we are presenting today. And perhaps most of you would know about Franchise India, but I would like to maybe give a little context, with relation to the opportunities we are presenting to all of you today. So Franchise India is a company which has a legacy of 28 years. We have been in the business of helping entrepreneurs start a business and taking an informed decision to start a business. And today we are present across 97 cities. We run our business in about 19 countries across the globe and helping, I would say, millions of investors take an informed decision of starting a business by helping them and guiding them across different industries, investment opportunities between Indian companies and global brands. Franchise India has understood the I would say, industry of franchising and the market very, very deeply. And given our experience, the last 2 years, I would say we have also we have now also have a big focus on also creating a big portfolio of brands that we feel very optimistic about. When I say optimistic, these are industries, categories, or people behind these businesses that we feel have a great opportunity for a market like India. So our team at Franchise India and Fran Global, which is the market entry arm, reaches out to these companies. So rather than just representing these brands, we go a step further. We take the master franchise rights of these brands. So today we are proud owners of about 90 such global brands that Franchise India has taken the rights of. And today, the opportunities that we are presenting are the two master brands that we currently own as a master franchise, which includes a brand called Chaska. Chaska is a Canadian brand. And the second opportunity that we're presenting is a brand called Jab We Met. And I'm sure every Indian knows about the brand. So Jab We Met was a movie. I'm sure most of you would have watched the movie. And the rights of this movie are with Shimaro. And Shimaro is one of India's most respected entertainment companies, which has a legacy of more than 6 decades of bringing iconic Indian stories, films, music, and emotions to the audience. So Franchise India has taken the rights of Jab We Met Cafe for India. And largely, we're looking at tier 2 and 3 cities, which is our biggest target groups, and also the cities we want to enter. So as we speak, we are currently speaking with some, I would say, prospective partners from some locations, both, I would say, for unit who can run and operate a single location, and equally somebody who's capable of owning a territory and also developing that territory. So the opportunity is open for both somebody who wants to either own a single unit across these two brands or multiple locations across these India and between these two brands, or somebody who wants to own maybe a complete area, which can be a city, it can be a larger state that you want to run and operate, or maybe a bigger region. So friends, what we'll do is we'll run you through a small presentation and I'll also request if you have any questions, you can ask these questions and we'll be happy to answer them. And we'll also leave our contact details. You can reach out to us. We'll be happy to set up a call with you to discuss this opportunity in much depth. So Bharat, I give it back to you. I don't know which one we want to start first. We can start with one of
very good afternoon. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are starting Cheska first and we'll pass on to Manish. He will drive the PPT of Cheska. We have Arun Kumarji also will take all the questions from the audience from Q&A box as well in the meantime.
Are we good to start?
Yes, Manish, let's go. Let's start. You have to unmute.
One second.
Then I'll give a small introduction on the brand Chaska. As you see on the slide, the word Chaska, I'm sure many Indians, and especially North Indians, know this word, especially everyone who understands Hindi. The word Chaska is a Hindi word, which actually means obsession, craving, or I would say passion that keeps bringing you back for more. The Chaska founder, Naveen, that obsession was Indian street food. Growing up in India, some of his, I would say, fondest memories were family road trips, stopping at roadside dhabas, bustling food carts, and colorful local markets. And those experiences were just about eating, not just about eating, but they were also about the sights, the sounds, the aroma, the art, which is a truck, and also a warmth, which comes hand in hand with Indian hospitality. So when Naveen moved to Canada, he realized there was something which is very important. There were many Indian restaurants there which were serving rich curries, traditional meals, but there were very little that truly captured the energy, the excitement of Indian street food. So he believed that Indian street food deserved its own modern restaurant brand and not just another Indian restaurant. And with this thought in mind, he created this brand called Chaska. And the overall vision that he had around this brand is the vision that you see today in form of the brand Chaska, which is currently operating across many locations in Canada. Next slide, please. So like I said, it's more than a food, it's a cultural experience. Chaska was never designed to sell only, I would say, the charts or the kathi rolls, as the name suggests. It was designed to transport people to the street of India. And every single detailing that you see in the outlet reflects that vision of the founder, which is colorful Indian truck art that you will see in all their communications and all their outlets. The rustic industrial interiors that you would see, the open kitchens where the consumer can see what is being cooked inside. There's live cooking that you will see in all of their stores, and also contemporary presentation, the way that they would serve. It's a complete experience in itself, which gives a very authentic, street food experience and the recipes. And that experience, I would say, goes beyond just the plate, where the Indian street food is not just about food, but it's a nostalgia, it's a celebration. It's also an emotion which is packed together as Chaska. So the brand captures the spirit inside the brand very, very professionally, which is operated. They have very scalable restaurant operations that delivers authentic flavors, a modern presentation, and very memorable experience for all their consumers. Next slide. So this is the expansion strategy. What we're looking, like I said, we're looking for partners across India, both in form of unit franchisees and also area partners. And like I said, the story behind the brand is an obsession with Indian street food. Chaska was born from one very simple belief that street food deserves a premium restaurant experience. So instead of simply selling Indian snacks, Chaska recreated the colors, the sounds, the energy, the emotions, the aroma of all Indian food, famous food, street foods, which was inspired from the dhabas of Punjab, Delhi street markets, even Mumbai food markets, the old city bazaars in Delhi, and also the local food carts. And the result is a restaurant that comes very alive, that feels very alive. So, why this street food and why India's biggest food category, the overall market opportunity is something which I would also like to talk about, because this is a food which can be consumed every day. It is something which is affordable. It is a category which I personally feel is very, very repeatable. And I'm sure a lot of you would agree with that. And it can be enjoyed by every age group, unlike a premium dining experience. So the street food has comparatively a higher frequency of consumption. It is a category which is an all-day consumption. It has many day parts, from early, I would say from noon to lunch, evening snacks, dinner, and also late night demand. So the entire menu of Chaska, which has been created in a way that it is a complete full day dining experience, and also it brings in the entire menu which can be served throughout the day, which gives our franchise partners and the outlets long trading hours. Guys, you can keep writing any questions. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you would have. So if you look at the entire Indian QSR opportunity, it's a market which is built for, I would say, brands like Chaska, which is Indian QSR market, which is growing because of our young consumers, urbanizations, a lot of delivery platforms, food courts, expansion of malls, highway retail, which has become very, very big, including even travel, dining, airports, which has become very, very big. So consumers today are looking at something which is more hygienic when it comes to overall experience, the preparation, the taste, which has to be authentic, and something which is worthy of putting on Instagram. I think that has become the craze. And equally, something that can be served quick and something which is more affordable. So Chaska delivers all these four together. The overall brand vision is to bring the India street food under one roof, and Chaska is not trying to just become another restaurant, but it is aiming to be India's favorite modern street food destination. And like I said, it is an Indian who opened up in Canada, and with Franchise India becoming the master franchise for brand, the founder, because of his roots of India, he in fact wanted to, bring the brand back to India. So India's favorite modern street food destination is what we're aiming to be, and every store delivers these authentic recipes which have been created by the founder, and these have been tried and tested over many, many years. Authentic recipes, but the overall presentation is very, very modern. The interiors of the restaurants are very, very vibrant. The overall service experience is fast. And it also gives a very memorable experience to the guests. So if you look at some of the pictures, we'll also give you some of the links of their Insta pages, which you can go through. But the overall feel, and the look of the overall outlet, which is presented, the way the food is served, that all creates a very unique experience for somebody who visits the outlet. Next slide, please. I think I've talked about the market. We can skip to the next slides. So I've talked about positioning. So this is where we feel, I think these are some other examples we have, given, but I would still say we're not one of them, because the menu that Chaska serves is a very different menu. I'm not what the brands you see here, but we are a food which is a all-day dining. It is a comfort food. And overall experience, like I said, is Indian truck cart, open kitchens, which are the experience that we give to our investors. The entire menu philosophy is comfort food, which gives a twist of the brand, which combines traditional favorites, modern presentation. Examples include wraps, the picture that you saw, the bowls, the charts. We also have a lot of grilled items that we use, including street beverages, signature snacks that we use. So the overall brand has been designed for, I would say, a dine-in. Somebody can sit, dine in. It is. We can also do some good takeaway locations, delivery, and we can also be part of food courts. But one thing, because Chaska will need to have a centralized kitchen, so all the deliveries will happen from a centralized kitchen. So somebody who takes the right, especially somebody who's taking the area franchise right, ideally he would also open one centralized kitchen. If the location, we will have to see what location we get. But we'll also look for a location which can either host the central kitchen inside, but if not inside, maybe we can have a central kitchen which can be close by. So this is what, overall our menu would be. We can also share that with you. We'll share some pictures of their Insta pages where you can see the preparation. There are a lot of videos which the founders have done, some live kitchen reels which are there. That will all give you a very good understanding about the overall, menu and the experience from the brand. Now, operationally, this has been excellence, I would say. Operational excellence has been built in the overall franchise system for Chaska, which I would say is the biggest strength. And all their operations are very, very simple. We train our franchise partners on every process that goes, not only our partners, but the entire staff. which is at the outlet, including the franchisee himself. They're all trained. And the brand operates with the central commissary kitchen, like I said, which prepares all sauces. We'll have all chutneys, marinades, samosas, ready to cook products. And the reason is because it leads to a lot of consistent taste. There is a lesser or no wastage. There are faster operations. It helps us to reduce the dependency on the chef and very easy to train our staff. And it is great in terms of our overall, control of the product consistency in the menu. So that is what we would bring in. And one single location with a centralized kitchen that we would add can also service multiple locations within that city. So what we're looking at is two formats, and we can start with any of these. But like I said, whether we start with the 800 or maybe above 15 or 2000 square feet, a central kitchen is very important part of our Chaska format. We need approximately 800 to 1000 square feet, a size which is a minimum. And it can go up to 2000 square feet. So typically 800, 1000 square feet can easily have about say 40, 45 watt covers. And a 2000 can accommodate almost 85 watt cover. So depending on the location, we can choose the size of the site. The overall investment, depending on the size of the format, would be anything from 87 odd lakhs to upwards, 67 odd lakhs to about 83 odd lakhs. And this includes our comparable to put up a restaurant, we need the following investments to be done. Second is the cost on equipment. So that is the second component. And third is our fit out cost, which is the cost of interiors, where the entire design would be shared by Chaska India team, and that would be executed at the local level. And we also have our central supply chain for change, whether these are perishables or these are equipments or the core ingredients, all supply chain would be taken care by Chaska India team. So
Manish, you can continue from here. There's some network issue.
So the total investment for starting 800 square feet will go up to 67 lakh rupees, and if we are going for a higher model, it will go for 83 lakh rupees, 83 odd lakh rupees. So which includes the franchise fee of 15 lakh rupees, and the royalty will be 6%. And the tenure of the agreement will be 5 years. So post 5 year, again there will be a renewal of the franchisee. So overall, we have how fitment will work. Then first shortlisting the location, identifying the best location from where we can operate, and how we can start from there. So everything will be taken care, designing and all everything. So how it will start from there itself, we can we can we can analyze the market from where to start with. So all these are management which is controlled by the centralized kitchen, how to do the operation easier. So these all are the basic information about Chaska. So for further information, we can connect one to one, and then we can take this ahead. So over to you, Sanjay sir. You can add some points.
Yeah, so I think in the simple way, suppose now we have a lot of investors who have joined us today, so they would want to know how to start. So let's give them some understanding that what will the step-by-step process if we are going for a unit, where the unit is available, and we are looking forward for an area developer. Now, area developer is an opportunity who can develop the region. He has got one unit to operate himself or herself, and rest will be all sub-franchise. Because as we discussed that Chaska is coming from the Franchise India platform, wherein Franchise India have invested as a master license for India. So Franchise India will take care of your sub-franchising. So we'll do all marketing. We'll also take care of your sub-franchise partners in your area developer regions. But area developer region comes with a different type of experience, wherein you have to operate one store. Out of one store, Rest would be all sub-franchise. For unit franchise, as we discussed, it is coming from 800 to 1,000. Then another format would be a little bigger format, wherein investment goes up to 83 lakh rupees also, but it is starting with 60 lakh rupees, wherein Franchise India is helping you to create some understanding wherein one unit is operated by the investor himself. We are going for an area developer unit. Now, Manish, I think I'll pass on to you if you can give us understanding about starting basic points, how to join and how to start, as a unit franchise. And if we are talking about master franchise or area developer opportunity, where we have already signed, which locations are closed, and where we are opening for now area developer opportunities as well.
So for area developer, we have already closed for Delhi and Tri-City. Then UP we have closed, and Bangalore also we have closed for a area developer. So remaining rest of the location is open for AD, and then unit we can open in any part of India. Basically, we are targeting tier 1, tier metro cities. So we can start with metro cities, and tier 1 cities also we can target. So initial investment will start from 67 odd lakh rupees, and it will go to 85, 86 lakh rupees. So this will be the investment for units. So likely we can continue. So I'll share you my number and email ID on the chat box, so we can connect further for one-to-one discussion for Chaska brand.
Absolutely. So they're investors. So we will help in terms of identifying your location, because location would be a very, very important part in this business. So Franchise India will extend our support in terms of identifying your location. In case there's anyone who has joined and have a property also, we'll also see in case that's a feasible property that would help us to open a unit franchise or unit store in your territory. That also will be all decided and selected by Franchise India side. So Franchise India has a complete program wherein we are helping you, guiding you how to select and how to get this franchise opportunity for your territory, and you can become a franchise owner in your city. So we are talking about unit franchises, but in case we are seeing your profile, if we really feel it's the right fitment for getting the area developer opportunity, we'll also offer you area developer opportunity. For that, one unit is being operated by yourself, and rest will be all sub-franchise through franchise. I'll pass on to our franchise expert, Mr. Arun Kumar. Maybe he can also add on a few things from his side.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So investors, this is one of the unique model in very affordable price. So if you see any this kind of restaurants, the investment range go very high and ROI is very late. So there you find a very good investment option, and it has a beauty of catering also. So if you develop a good team, there is lots of business out of a store as well. So you can sell online, you can sell offline at the store level, and same time we can make lots of business with the catering in parties, events as well. So good opportunity. We would welcome you to be a part of this family.
Right. Thanks so much, Arunji. And now we will quickly move on to our next brand, that is the Jab We Met. Let me just put the presentation on.
We can go on the next slide. So friends, like I said, this is an opportunity from the very popular, famous movie Jab We Met. And Shimaru, which is India's one of the most respected companies, has, they were the producers of the movie, and Franchise India has taken the rights from them. So with Jab We Met Cafe and through a license from Shimaru, we are extending that storytelling beyond the screen. The cafe transforms a beloved, I would say, cinematic emotion into a real world hospitality experience. And it creates spaces where conversations happen naturally and memories are made. So that emotional connection gives the brand an identity that is very difficult to replicate. So Jab We Met has been created around one very simple insight that people don't just visit cafes for coffee, but they visit for connection, they visit for comfort, and they visit for community. So, inspired by very popular Bollywood, and I would say one of the most loved movies, the brand combines nostalgia with a contemporary cafe experience that resonates with India's very young and urban audience. Next slide. So these are some pictures of what the overall experience of Jab We Met would be. But little bit on the cafe revolution in India, why this market is also exploding, and I'm sure all of you are moving out. The last, I would say, especially the last 10 years, India has seen a big revolution, when it comes to cafe as an industry. And the Indian cafe industry has actually transformed over the last 10 years. Consumers today are increasingly choosing cafes over traditional restaurants because cafes serve multiple purposes throughout the day. And the overall category benefits from the growing culture of going to cafes, rising disposable incomes, hybrid work culture, students spending more time, closer to their campus in these cafes. Digital creators are looking for aesthetic spaces and a lot of increased food delivery adoption, which is happening, premiumization of everyday experience, which makes this category very, very interesting. And India also has one of the youngest populations globally, and young professionals, students, Gen Zs are spending time, and I would say they're spending more on experience rather than products. So, which makes this category even more attractive. And neighborhood cafes are becoming the third place between home and office. Now, having said that, like I said, Jab We Met is not a brand that we want to put in the most premium malls, but this is a neighborhood cafe. We want to be closer to travel hubs. We want to be on the highways, and especially our locations that we are targeting is tier 2 and tier 3 locations where we want to be in. Now, very important to also understand why neighborhood cafes are also becoming big. We'll come to the offering later, but why neighborhood cafes are becoming and they are actually winning, because traditional coffee shops, they focus largely, I would say, on beverages and food. Neighborhood cafes are focusing more on lifestyle, which is comfortable seating, affordable pricing, where people can come more often. Now, these are not expensive cafes that you have to look for occasion to come and eat, but these are comfortable, these are affordable pricing. Maybe the students, professionals can come multiple times in the day. And it has great food, a lot of dwell time, which is long dwell time one can put at the cafe. Instagram worthy, interiors, a place to meet, to work. And this shift creates a big opportunity for experience-led cafe brands. So the overall journey of Jab We Met Cafe, like I said, this is a brand which has been inspired by a lot of emotions, and most cafe brands build around coffee, but Jab We Met is built around memories. So they're inspired by the most iconic Bollywood stories. The brand transforms nostalgia into a very immersive cafe experience. And the objective is very simple. It creates a place where every, I would say, customer, guest feels comfortable enough to stay longer, connect more, and also return more frequently to the cafe. And the emotional positioning makes our brand highly memorable and culturally relevant. Now, the overall brand purpose is to, now the vision of Jab We Met is to become India's most loved neighborhood cafe chain. And the mission is also to offer affordable cafe experience that combines also great food, warm hospitality overall. And the promise that we have is that every visit that our guests would have, it should leave all of them with another memorable, I would say, Jab We Met moment. So these are just the categories that you see in terms of our offering, which is the food. We'll have a very extensive menu. And this includes all-day tea, beverages, hot and cold. And we also have food including pizzas, we'll have pastas, and a lot of side dishes, which is an all-day dining experience that you will have at the cafe. Next slide. Next slide, please. So what really sets our overall business opportunity aside? One, I think this is the very first time, which I missed, saying, this is the very first time any movie has extended their name to a cafe. So the overall values of our brand, what we stand for, obviously, is connection, because every cafe is designed to bring people together. And I also talked about affordability. We want to have people coming repeat. So premium ambience without premium pricing. We want to give comfort to a consumer, a place where customers can, or our consumers can visit every single day. And also community, which is a very important part of our business. Because today businesses are as strong as the community they are part of. So this is a community cafe, a neighborhood cafe that becomes a part and parcel of our life. Now, our overall, who's my target audience when I talk about a brand like Met Cafe? So it has a very broad customer appeal, I would say. The primary, my end consumer are young professionals who are looking for casual meetings, workplaces. It also has a very big student audience, which is looking for affordable food, beverages, and places they can come frequently, closer to, I would say, college campuses. Very good for travelers, comfortable stopovers, which has food and beverage option, which they can stop and have. Good for families, especially on the highways when they're traveling, weekend gatherings, celebrations. So that is overall, our target audience. Now, today's cafes are, I would say, they're not competing only on coffee, they're competing on experience. So when you choose one cafe over the other, you don't go because the coffee is great, but you choose because you have a great experience, right? And because these are places which encourage a lot of community gatherings. So Met offers very, I would say, overall warm hospitality. It has great music, high shareable aesthetics. The cafe becomes a destination rather than simply becoming, I would say, another food outlet, right? So our business model, I'll talk very briefly on that also. So our business model, there are two formats. We can also do a smaller kiosk, but we can only open a kiosk where I already have a bigger format, where the smaller format of a kiosk can be fed by a larger outlet. So typically these are three formats we can do. So one is a smaller format, I would say 300 odd square feet of space. And our cafe model can be anything from 700 square feet to about 1000 or even beyond, depending on what location we are in. The overall investment can start from 24 odd lakhs, which also includes the franchise fees of 6 lakhs across these three formats. And this is the entry fee that we have talked about, but in the months to come, this fee is likely to go up. So the investment that you see includes our franchise fees of 6 lakhs. So for a kiosk, the overall investment is 24 lakhs. For an express format, we would have 32 odd lakhs. And for an entire cafe experience, the menu in the cafe comparatively would be larger. So at least 15-20% of our menu in the cafe would be large. Everything is prepared fresh at the outlet. The investment would go up to about 40 odd lakhs. There's also fixed royalty that is charged from the franchisee every month. So there's a fixed amount of 25,000 or 6% of the overall sales, which becomes the monthly royalty from the partner. The agreement period that we are signing is for a period of 5 years, which is also further renewed for another 5 years at a 30% renewal fee. The overall return on the investment that we foresee is anything, I would say, from 1.5 years to about 2.5 years time, depending on the location. And once our teams understand the profile of our partner, the locations are something that our teams, our real estate team of Met India will also work with our franchise partner to select these locations. And we also have an area model for Met. We've also segregated that into different clusters. We'll be happy to discuss with you one-to-one. Now, for both the formats, Chaska as well as Met, anyone who's looking to take a area franchise model, I'll explain you how typically, that model would work. One is to own and operate one location by themselves. So area franchisee would block the location. They would own and operate one location by themselves. And they will also get the right to sub-franchise subunits of both the brands under them. So when you take the area franchise for any brand, the entire responsibility of rolling out, the cost of acquisition for rolling out is entirely on the area developer. Now, because these two brands are owned by Franchise India as a master franchise, our teams of Chaska India and Met India will also work with the area developers to further develop their subunits, which means our area partner is not required to put up extra resource for franchise acquisition or a franchise manager. Neither he's required to put any investment for lead generation for sub-franchising within the territory. All these costs, which is resources, lead generation would entirely be taken by the teams in India. And we will also have a dedicated team member in the region, the market where the area developer is, where our teams would work closely with the area developer to close these unit franchisees under them, sub-franchisees. Now, the area developer largely makes revenue on two. So in the area developer fee, he gets the right to also own and operate his own location. So which means you don't have to pay additional fee for your own outlet. And then you have a share of franchise fees, which is ongoing. And you also have a share of royalties that a franchise, the area developer would get from further sub-franchising. So friends, if you need more details on that, we'll request that you reach out to us. We'll be happy to share more details with you one-to-one. This is very quickly the comprehensive brand support that you will get from Jab We Met, which is we work with our partners to get the right real estate location at the right cost. We'll also work with our partners to get the entire designing of the space. Our teams, we have a centralized team that also works with our partner in doing a complete pre-launch plan, launch plan, and post-launch plan, bringing in influencers, a lot of local activations, which our marketing team, centralized team would work with you. Training of the entire staff at the outlet, training of our partners, and entire processes, systems, POS, which is the IT tools, systems, all those would be taken care by the Indian team. So friends, this is what we wanted to share with you. Should you need more details, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to share more information with qualified investors. And I think Bharat has already shared the details and the contact information. So you can reach out to us and we'll be happy to connect with you. Over to you, Bharat.
Thank you. Thanks so much, ma'am. As we come to the end of this today's session, I hope you now have clear understanding of this exciting opportunities. These two brands, absolutely fantastic. Any one of you would like to go for this? I already have shared the number in the chat box. You can get in touch with us. Jab We Met is India's first Bollywood-inspired the neighborhood cafe, wherein Chaska is Canada's premium Indian street food brand. So both the brands represent unique opportunities in the fast-growing food and beverage sector, backed by the proven concept, comprehensive franchise support, and significant expansion potential. So thank you so much once again for joining us today. We hope this session helped you explore the new business opportunities and move one step closer to owning a successful franchise. If you would like to connect with us, the number I have shared. Manish, you can also share your number. Manish has also shared his number in the chat box. You can get in touch with us on those numbers. So that's it. Thanks so much for your time and have a wonderful day ahead. Thanks so much, ma'am. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank